Hi guys, well today I'm making a short video review at home this time, not in the middle of the woods, because basically I don't have time and I wanted to try to make a video during the daytime. So as I'm still in construction here, I don't have a lot of room to shoot, so this was pretty much the best I could do, but I have still the sun that makes a bright background, so I'm sorry about that. But you have pretty good images at the beginning, and I will put them all along this video so that you pretty much see what I'm talking about. So I apologize also for the noise that you may hear around, because I'm not far from the road this time, so I will do my best. So that being said, today I'm talking about the Darex Worksharp field sharpener. That is pretty much a kind of overall solution that covers the basic needs that you may have when having a sharp tool that you have to maintain sharp and rehone, resharpen on the field. And this is pretty much the best one that I've found when it comes to being simple, being portable, being able to cover all the basic needs you might have to resharpen a knife or something like that in the field. It's not too heavy. It's heavier than just a small whetstone, but it covers all the needs, so I'm gonna talk about that. So you begin here. You can remove the plates. Those are diamond plates. You have a coarse one, and on the other side you have a fine one. Now, to make it easier for those less experienced sharpeners, you have guides, 20-degree angled guides. You lay the blade on it and just go across them 10 times, overall 10 times. As I've said, a coarse one, a fine one, and both are held in place with a magnet. This, in a survival situation, may prove important if you have to magnetize a needle to make, for example, a compass. But also what you have behind one of those plates is an aid to screw your hunting blades, your broadheads on your arrows. And here you have for a 4-bladed one and a 3-bladed one with some other stuff here. So great to have that here. And on the other side you have a printed instruction to use it and some storage space in which you can of course put some fishing gear or little things that you think you may use or need in the woods. And here on the back side of this plate you have just some explanations about what you have here and the steps to follow. So it's pretty clear, pretty easy. It's also kind of wrapped in here rubbery stuff, so here you see it doesn't move much. Great for the first steps of your resharpening. So you will start with the coarse, then the fine diamond, then we go to the top part, and here you see that kind of wheel that allows you to select 3 modes. You have fine ceramic rod, fishing hooks resharpening rod, and the coarse resharpening rod here, also with the 2 angles to keep pretty much the idea of the angle you have to follow. And here the small one is to resharpen your serrated knives. So if you have a serration or a gut hook or something like that, you have the ability to resharpen it as well 10 times. I'm not sure if it's 10 times and 10 times or 10 alternative times, but I would start by 5 each way. and maybe 5 more if it proves that you need more. And lastly, you have here a strop, and as you know, you don't go blade for edge first on a strop, so you have the inverted angle here to lay your knife and strop it like so. Here you have a lanyard hole, which is or may be useful in the woods, and all in all, it's a pretty complete sharpening system. I've been pretty fan of what they do at Worksharp stuff. And last thing here, I forgot to say, but you have that thumb thing so that you can easily hold and be pretty safe while you hold the Darex Worksharp field sharpening instruments. So now I've decided to resharpen one of my knives here, which is a hollow ground Eka knife. Last time I did use it, yeah, it's still I don't actually, the problem here is that I don't really have a lot of unsharp knives because, I don't let them get dull. But here, this is probably the worst one I found. It tears a bit the paper, so I've already used that on 2 or 3 knives just to test it before making the video, and it worked. It did work really perfectly. I'm used to sharpen just by hand my knives or strop them usually, but here you have pretty much everything plus the guides, which help you to keep always the same angle. So we are gonna do a test on this one and see how it performs live. Okay, and now just so you have a size reference, this is my Ranger Wood 55 from Wenger Knives, and it's here you have an idea of the size difference. It's pretty much the same weight as well, and yeah, just so you know. And now I'm gonna probably speed up the process and just slow it on several parts that I consider important, but only I will just follow the steps that you have to follow, which are 10 times on the each. I will do this. Just verify one thing before. I'm gonna just take off the bands and see if I have a doubt about that. Okay, alternate 5 to 10 strokes per side. So pretty easy. I remember that this time, hopefully. So what I will do with this one, which is pretty sharp already, I will do 5 strokes each side, and just do following the process they write. It's coarse, fine, diamond, coarse, fine, ceramic, and then strop. So let's do that. Okay, so let's see how it performs now. Maybe I did not choose the best paper here. It's way too thin. I'm gonna get some. Just gonna redo one thing. That's the finer rod, just to test it out. Okay. Okay, here I'm gonna try to make really thin curls. This is really thin paper, and this paper sucks, but yeah, you can see that this paper sucks. It's a bit moist because we have a problem of humidity inside of the house, but I can tell you that perhaps you see the hole I have here now. Yeah, it's back to hair popping sharpness, so I can say that this is way enough for most of my bushcraft needs. I usually don't even need something that sharp, I'd say, but it would be way enough. I know my blades, and I know that if I can cut the hairs on my hand that easily, I have no trouble to make feather sticks and make my most important tasks in the wild. So paper was somehow not the best example because it's and here, okay. So as I've said, this is the perfect sharpener to bring with you in the wild. From all those I have tried, this one is small, it's practical, it's easy to use. I have tried to test several positions on the video, just hands resting against anything, or hands with the tool resting on the table. My favorite way is, perhaps lay it, just to have some stability, lay it on your leg or on a log or something like that. But I know you have several ideas out in the wild, but it works really well. The sharpness is back to hair popping sharpness, as I've shown you here. Don't know if you can see that very well, but let's try it. It's not enough light in here, so this zone. See here, all this part is hairless now here. So anyway, the point is, for the price of this little thing, you can't beat it. You can even add some stuff inside. It's really simple sharpener. I still love the small stones and stuff like that, but here I have all in a single package, and it's practical, it's expedient. It's expedient isn't probably not the right word, because I'm not sure of its definition right now. I have a doubt, but it's great for quick, easy retouching your blade, or if you have a dull blade out in the wild, you will be able to get it back to a really workable and excellent sharpness. Now, as I always do at home, I strap them a lot just to kind of get that polished finish, and I use my Fix 6000 and 10,000 stones with Nagura when I use, for example, Scandi grinds. This one was a hollow grind, and on Scandi grinds I use the 10,000 just to have that mirror sharpness and mirror polish finishes on it. But when I'm in the woods, and I just need to touch up my blade, I like to have something that practical. So, excellent thing. It would probably be usable on a convex blade, but on the convex blade I would only do like 50 times, alternate 50 times on the strop. And in the worst case I just go slightly on the ceramic rods. I would probably not use those plates, but on all other knives I have like a Swiss Army knife or something like that. It's just excellent, and I'm really fond of that product. And for example, I will probably throw one in my bug out bag, because I have other blades like ESE blades, and I've tried those on my Isula, on my ESE 4 and the 5.1. Not yet on the 5.1, on the 4 and on the Hest, excuse me, and it did work just perfectly. So excellent sharpener, great asset to have, like Vikings always were buried with their knife sharpening stones, just because it was such an important tool. This is an important tool, and for the price, I mean, you can't beat it. It's like less than $30 for the kit, so I'm pretty sure you can beat that. So guys, excellent tool made by Darex Worksharp, and well, I really recommend that product if you want to test it out. It's worth the price, and I'm really fond of that little object just for sharpening your stuff on the go. Light, small, and really practical. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Cheers.